There is no grand plan, and hello when you've caught us mid-flow.
Guys, I'm going to put a question to you just from the top. Blowing up cities with giant helicopters in any game, GTA, Saints Row, Just Cause, it is fun. Am I correct? Please answer in the comments. Okay, now we can get back to Let's Play. Hey guys, Let's Play.
This is a man with glasses. He probably wants to sell us drugs, but we're going to talk to him anyway.
Oh no.
What will the place? Where I'll be thrown it halfway is.
Oh, I don't like talking to drug guys. I'm gonna
Meet the world's most useless burglar. Who's our sister?
He's the most obese burglar.
How on earth is... He's even got the burlap sack. He honestly hasn't thought about this thing fully, has he?
Oh no, it's Qui-Gon.
He just got up one day and decided, I think I'm going to try being a burglar today, and that's what he thought the best way to go about doing it would be.
Yeah, right when we were about to rob his friend's hideout. Why do you think that they had only 5 letters in this game?
I think it's something to do with the fact that Japanese characters technically pack more into a smaller space.
Oh, so it was just like... It was fine in the Japanese version, but with the English version we had to limit ours down to 5 letters then.
Because this is based on the Japanese version, that's why the Pokemon Center is weird.
I see.
And as such, that means they were working with the basic character input.
So it'll just be for... Okay, I get what you're talking about now. Alright then, well, I'm going to do a little bit of an interview with you, Briss, for this Let's Play.
Strong.
So, Briss, why did you decide to do Vietnamese Crystal as our Let's Play? Like our first Let's Play?
Well, to be fair, I was going to do this on my own as a personal ego trip thing. I just wanted to see if you wanted to come along for the ride.
Well, fair enough then. Well, how do you think it's gone so far? In terms of us killing animals.
The thing that annoys me the most, right, about the second generation Pokemon games, is how low level they are in comparison. I mean, everyone goes, oh, Gold and Silver were the best, but you can't forget they have their same flaws. The main flaw of Gold and Silver is that at the midpoint of the game where you have 5 badges, most of your Pokemon are barely above level 20.
Well, that's a fair point.
Compare this to Diamond and Pearl, where the best Mon of the first leader is level 15. Whereas in this, level 9 Pidgeotto. That's just stupid.
Well, if you consider it though, this game technically has 16 gyms.
That's where it gets better. It starts off slow and you have to grind a lot, but the post game is wonderful.
I gotta say, I really enjoyed playing...
Except when it's disappointing. Woo! I got to the Safari Zoo. It's closed. Woohoo! Cinnabar Island blown up.
I really enjoyed, like, when I got this game, like, seeing, like, the train station to get to, like, to the first generation games. I was like, oh, well, it's just gonna be, like, I get to visit them, there won't be actually anything else. But no, it was actually the full game, which I thought was brilliant.
Oh, and I really don't like whirlpools in HM, but we've covered that before, and I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Is Mewtwo available in this game to catch? I can't remember.
No.
He's not.
The Cerulean Cave is closed. Instead, you get this weird item called the Berserk Gene where Mewtwo would have been.
Okay.
As in, no, not where Mewtwo would have been, as in where the entrance to the Cerulean Cave would have been. Want to steal your treasure. This is where Heart Gold and Soul Silver improved, of course, because they actually put the bloody cave in.
You know what I'm hoping that in, like, we all know Pokemon X and Y is coming out later this year, right? What I'm hoping is that they release, like, DLC Pokemon events, right? So basically, like,
that would be good.
you'll get, like, you want to get a Mew? Pay 69p and you can get the DLC pack for it. I mean, that would be so much simpler.
It's much better than you have an arbitrary amount of time to connect to the internet and download this thing.
Have fun. Yeah, I mean, they would
Magmar? Magmar.
I don't think there'd be any Pokemon players who'd be against having to pay 69p for a Mew. Most people probably pay with their lungs to get a Mew. Well, most, like, people who've never had a Mew before would. Yeah. And who think that Mew is actually the best Pokemon ever. Which he isn't. He's pretty good.
Although it is the most diverse.
Most diverse.
Because it can literally do anything.
But it can only learn 4 moves. That is its limitation. That is its weakness.
You have to configure your Swiss Army knife.
Mm-hmm. It'd be awesome if Mew was like the one Pokemon who could learn like every move and he could use any move whenever he wanted. That'd be really cool.
That would.
You could just send out Mew and just go, right then, let's just adjust during each battle. You send off Fire type, Surf. Water type, Leaf Blade.
Kind of like how you use Bibarel as like your configurable HM slave.
Exactly.
Because it can learn everything except Fly.
Well, let's give it another generation. We might have like a, I think
an evolution of Paperl that's just Paperl but with wings.
That'll be Flyburl.
Flyburl. That's evil.
I think though.
We got Y.
I think in the next generation we're gonna have like a really ridiculous Pokemon. It'll basically just be like, I don't know, like what's a really rubbish animal that they haven't covered yet?
Let Sixter tell what is the real terrible.
What? Okay.
A really, really rubbish animal.
Yeah, like, they're gonna have, like, lice. It'll be a Pokemon in the next game or something, and it'll have every HM available to it. Flash, you bet. Fly, yes. Cut, of course. It'll have everything available, and it can do it all.
I'm kind of hoping this works.
But, you know, they're gonna go into,
come on.
They will go to bacterial level now, with Pokemon.
Naive is Stun Spore, right?
Let's find out. It's
yes,
Stun Spore.
It's Stun Spore.
I don't like how Paralyze makes you slow. That's just like a kick in the balls, as well as being like.
The really annoying thing is the chance is supposed to be 20%, but let's face it,
it's not 20%.
It's never 20%.
It's like 99.9% plus an FU bonus.
It gets worse. The amount of times I've done... Well, actually, come think of it, if I'm going by my Pokemon Showdown record, I have done Paraflinch to more people than people have done Paraflinch to me.
It is just...
Paraflinch is just annoying.
Annoying.
And there is a way to make it worse.
Oh,
the one thing more likely to immobilize you than paralysis.
Confusion.
Attract.
Attract.
When doesn't attract work?
When you're genderless. Hey.
Cryogonal can learn it, and it doesn't work on anything. The poor sap.
Yeah, do you think Pokemon, the guys who made Pokemon were just like, hey, let's just give him that and see if anyone's stupid enough to teach it that?
I don't know. These are boxes.
I wonder, if Ditto, right? If Ditto could learn Attract, could it basically attract anyone because it could just become anything? Is this where we get the Master Ball?
Yes. Maybe. No. Elm gives you the Master Ball after you get 8 badges. This is where you get the wing.
Oh, wait,
Wait, unless you don't get a wing in Crystal, and doing this just gives you the opportunity to fight Suicune.
Trying to remember. I think what happens here is we'll be getting like it's like a tin whistle.
Oh yeah, and that lets you go to the
Tin Tower.
and
you play it and Suicune attacks us.
And then you get it on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the wings later.
Like you get one of the wings in Pewter City, and there's another wing that you get for beating the Elite Four. Like there's just as when you meet Professor Oak, he gives you a wing, I think. And then there's an old man in Pewter City who gives us a wing as well.
Okay. Whereas in the previous games, you got a wing from doing this bit, and then you got the other wing from the person in Pewter City.
Yeah.
Which was nice. It wasn't. They didn't punish you with version exclusive legendaries.
Yeah. Like, have you seen that new comic that Dorkleaf just done? It's like you have basically like a trainer goes, I guess you have to go. You almost have all the Pokemon, but you need to go to another dimension, Red. The blue dimension. And then you see like it's like the Terminator. He just comes, I guess, I've come to this place for one reason and one reason only. Do you have a Sandshrew I can have? I like to imagine that that's how Pokemon works, with different dimensions.
It gets worse in Black and White because of the version differences, and there are different cities that look different.
No, seriously, Black and White have really just screwed it up. Like the whole interdimensional transportation thing of Pokemon.
On the other hand, they're quick and efficient. And
that's true. X and Y, I reckon, will probably be the most awesome one.
As long as they don't slow it down too much by making it 3D.
I don't reckon they will. I mean,
like, the worst thing they could do is prevent you from turning off battle animations. Because then level grinding just gets really, really tedious if you have to watch the same 5-second animation every single time you use Flamethrower on a Bidoof.
I reckon if they don't turn off battle animations, they'll probably still have like the battle animations will just be like him spinning around with fire coming out of his ass or something. They'll probably still have like you guys falling over and then just moving around on the battlefield and stuff.
Ooh, while we're here, pop quiz.
Yes.
What type do you believe the new Eevee evolution will be?
Oh, the new Eevee evolution. Well, I thought it was like semi-confirmed it was a flying type. Like I know there was like 3 types that have been said. There was a joke one where it was like the type that curses, Where it's just question mark, question mark, question mark.
Apart from the fact that in 5th gen Curse was changed into a ghost type move, so therefore that's just stupid.
Even so, it was still
It
there.
was still treated as a possibility. Okay.
That was the joke one. Flying has been like a very popular one because of it.
Probably because of the way the name sounds and...
But,
like a sylph or whatever.
I don't know, like, I'm thinking it'd probably be like a normal type.
See, that was my first thing as well. Normal or incredibly prissy fighting.
I don't know, I don't think it'll be fighting type. I think normal type is probably the most likely one, because, like, it'll be like what Eevee's true evolution is.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll have, like, awesome stats or something.
Do we have a rare candy?
We might do, why? I am pretty proud of
Yes,
this, though.
we do.
Plum.
Ready?
Let's do it.
Easy level 36 rise.
Okay.
Easy awake.
Hang on, I'm gonna do the sound effects for this. Oh, scary.
Evolved Baguette.
No, it's Bagpipe, actually. That's his new name. Bagpipe.
Yes.
Bagpipe.
We've finally done it.
Roar.
The world cowers in fear because we've got 100 more. Look at those stats. Those are insane stats.
Those are like a nan stats.
Those are a nan level stats. What is that backwards? Pagab? Why am I even wondering what they are backwards?
Because you're, like, demonic or something.
Anyway, we're now just going to focus on leveling up Bulb.
I'm actually quite pleased, because so far with 5th gen, the only Pokemon who I know about are the 3 starters and that Eevee evolution. Those are the only 4 I've seen.
To this situation.
Oh, and like the 2 cover Pokemon.
Let
but
me
that's...
solve it. I mean, there's been that whole new Mewtwo form thing floating around, but I'm pretty sure
that's not.
I'm pretty sure that's fake.
Here's a question. X or Y, which one will you get?
That's the annoying thing. Because you've gone Y, I'm now pretty much forced into doing X.
Well, you don't have to. Me and Briss have kind of had a tradition in the past where whatever game type version...
I always get the second version. That's always been the tradition.
But the reason I went to the Y version is because, well, have you seen the Pokemon on the front cover?
Yes.
Its tail is a claw.
This is the first time you've decided that the second version Legendary looks better than the first version.
Of course it does.
Most of the time you're like, oh, Dialga's awesome. And
Dialga was awesome, though.
Oh, and I really noticed something. You know the statue in Eterna City?
Yes.
It's the same sprite in each game. It's designed to be deliberately ambiguous so that it could be either. Also, that is what Self-Destruct does to Hoop.
Oh, that's pretty good. Sucks to be you, loser.
But that's because half of his defense is like half of 100 and something, so...
That's pretty good.
You're still coming off of a pretty good defense, which is wonderful. They didn't really do a good job guarding this guy, did they?
No. Hey, I have an idea. Let's use our normal generic Pokemon.
What normal generic Pokemon?
DJ. That's what they're thinking when they're defending this guy.
Oh yeah. Hey look, he blew up again. We're still not above half health. No, we are above half health, that's the thing.
I think we're at 75% of our original health.
Just under 75% anyway. Like 72%.
No, we 72 is about 75%. Wait, no. Is that right? No.
72
no,
out of 105.
I was thinking something different here.
Come on. The director says, "Who are you? To help me? Thank you. Yes. How about the broadcast tower?
Oh, do you have the hiccups too now?
Do they belong to Missile Bomb? I see. This card key for you."
Yay! Oh.
The director says, "Only this can unlock the door on the 3rd floor. Request you. If going up to the tower, I don't know what will happen.
Well,
While the strange electric wave is sent out, you can control all the elves. Request you. Go to the tower. Fast to help. All the elves."
Just to point out though, we all know that this is gonna happen. Pokemon X and Y will be out. Pokemon Z is gonna come out as well.
Unless they decide to do another weird, what's a bull nut?
X2 and Y2. I know Black 2 and Y2. I do not like the fact they did that. I was hoping they'd just do Pokemon Grey and get it done with.
I don't know, I kind of like the fact that they were actually continuing the story.
I know, it annoyed me that. It just made me angry. Because I wanted just to get all 3 Pokemon in the same game, but no, I had to buy it. I had to buy the original one first. It was, didn't like it.
Like, as in all the version exclusives in just the one package.
Yeah. That's what I want. That's what I want from these games. I want the third one for that.
They've never done that, though.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, think about Emerald.
Okay.
You can't get Zangoose or Ludotone.
No, I don't mean that. I mean the legendaries.
Oh, yeah.
Like in Emerald, you get Kyogre, Rayquaza, and Groudon. In Pokemon Platinum, I'm pretty sure you could get Giratina, Dialga, and Palkia, right?
Yes.
So, they've done it all before. And especially in Pokemon Gold and Silver, Gold and Silver were the best ones. They never punished you for not having the other game with when it comes to legendaries.
Except that we can't have a Vulpix.
Apart from that, that's the only thing.
We got Neeson, though. We're fine.
Yeah. So the legendary dogs thing, right? That is always annoying because you never know where to start looking for them. You just have to hope that you find them.
You just have to hope, and annoyingly, I haven't found them in all the grinding I've been doing, so...
Will they appear now, though? I thought, like in Crystal, after you beat Suicune, then you can catch the other two.
What, it's only after you catch Suicune?
Only after you face Suicune in a fight. Then the other two will start appearing in the wild.
Can we do that before or after we get the 8th badge?
I think it's before the 8th badge, because it'll be the next thing
So
we do.
basically, after we do this, we can challenge Suicune.
Pretty sure. Because that's how it always is, isn't it? Like, before the 8th gym, you get to fight off the cover Pokemon.
See, that's the annoying thing. Because I never had Crystal, I'm relying on you for all this information that you have forgotten.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, when did I last... You remember the PlayStation 2? I got a PlayStation 2. Well, that was the thing I did right after I finished Crystal. That is how long it has been since I played this game.
The barriers is open. Connect with you.
No, I don't want to connect with you, because you're a pedophile.
The annoying thing is, now we need to level up Bulb, but hardly any of their Pokemon let you do that really well, apart from Lat and Camel.
Well, look what we found here, Lat! It's lactose intolerance.
Hyperfine? Hyperfine.
Obviously. By the way, I saw something that made me kind of want to vomit, but really happy at the same time. You know how you get these cheese-stuffed pizza crusts?
Yeah.
Someone has made, and is selling in Domino's, hot dog stuffed pizza crust. All around the crust is hot dog on the inside.
I just had a scary thought.
What's that?
Do you think someone's proposed to the girlfriend using stuffed crust to hide the ring? Put it this
Possibly.
way. If you can put it in cake...
I suppose. You know,
I mean, they're not exactly filled out in the middle. You just like stuff it in and then.
You know, it'd be really quite scary though. If like your boyfriend was a tattoo parlor guy, right?
Wait, hang on. Why are we discussing this as if your boyfriend, as if either of us are ever going to be in that situation?
Ladies who are listening, members of the fairer sex who are listening to this video at this moment in time,
i.e., the whole knot of you.
If any of your boyfriends work at a tattoo parlor and they ask you to come for a tattoo one day, be careful, because you might wake up with a tattoo on your arm saying, "Will you marry me?"
Scary thing is, it's probably been done.
Probably been done.
Although I'm pretty sure they don't give you a general anesthetic before tattoos. That would be a little bit suspicious to me.
Well, you never. He might be like, okay, I just need to get this chloroform to antiseptic to just like to, you know, sterilize it. Whoops, it fell on your face. It could happen.
I just found out the other day that the tails of my coat are perfect for chloroform.
Oh yes. Ladies of ladies of listening to this, Briss is obsessed with chloroforming his coat. So watch out if you ever meet him in real life. He will whip him at your face.
I am not. I have just considered this as a possible use for the coat.
But why would you consider that?
Because I just keep realising that thing's got more uses than I ever give it credit for. Also, why is that working?
Why is what working?
He just used wrap just above Hoop's head, and yet we are somehow still wrapped. Look at that. That is obviously a miss.
Well, actually.
Oh no, they've got the little knob on his face.
Have you ever seen that Simpsons episode where Homer's like going underneath the drawbridge? It closes down and catches the very top of his head, so he's just stuck hanging there with the drawbridge clamping on the very tip of his head.
I don't think I have. No.
It is such a good episode.
What's my I'm gonna
grass.
take a guess at Oddish.
It's a grass type. Yeah, Oddish.
Which of course is Sarg backwards.
Oddish is pretty odd, isn't he? Oh, that was a grammatical joke.
Actually, as Pokemon designs go, he's actually one of the more normal ones. He kind of looks like one of those Ribena mascots, except he's got leaves on his head.
Those Ribena mascots creep me out because they're like little chubby babies who
I saw the creepiest advert the other day.
Which one was it?
Right, there's a couple in a house. Like, fairly young, sort of newlywed type, right?
I think
And you hear what sounds like a baby crying.
Okay.
But it's not a baby.
What is
They
it?
go outside, and their garden shed is lying on its back, bawling its eyes out. And it only shuts up when they give it a fresh coat of paint.
That's an ace of it. How's that creepy?
I just saw that the first time and thought, that is bloody weird. Not as weird as the Drambuie whiskey advert, I'll give them that.
Drambuie.
And they're carrying the egg on his back, and it's all so surreal and...
Clearly you've never seen The Shining, then.
No, I have not seen The
That
Shining.
is basically just lifted from The Shining.
Is it?
I knew you would come.
What, the bit where he carries an egg on his back is lifted from The Shining?
Well, no, like, the whole scene's, like, inspired from it, like, the bartender guy and then in the desert and stuff. So, if you watch The Shining, that scene is in it, except it's not about Drambuie, it's just about murder.
Does it still have the person carrying an egg on there?
I have no idea.
That's a
We have
rocket
to look at that.
executive with only one mon. What
Whoa.
an idiot.
You feel like, hey, well, he's a level 36.
Oh well. Let's
Not-
send a Nan to die.
Whoa, Anan doesn't die. He just faints.
A good Anan goes to war.
You know, I actually think that we could turn Anan into, like, Master Chief of Pokemon, as Pokemon Universe.
Ooh, new Instapoll question.
What's the new Instapoll?
What do you think of the new Who?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't?
No.
Huh.
I'm gonna tell you why, actually.
Okay.
The only reason I really watched Who before is because of Karen Gillan. Karen Gillan, if you're listening to this, I really hope you are. You are very, very pretty. Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to say it. Yeah, like, that was the only real reason, like, I like the old Who, but I really can't, I just can't get into the new one. Like, I just watched the season ending of Merlin, and that made me really disappointed with the BBC, and I just think I'm going to be disappointed by Doctor Who again.
I don't know. I really like the new companion.
Well, that's good.
Although it does help that I have... Well, there was another thing she did before on BBC 4.
Emmerdale?
No, on BBC 4.
You watch Emmerdale?
BBC 4, the Culture Channel.
What does she do in that?
She gets her boobs out.
So it's the exact same reason I watched the original Doctor Who, except it's a bit more pervy than my reason.
Pretty much.
What's her name again? Sarah Louise Coleman?
Jenna Louise Coleman.
Jenna Louise Coleman. If you're listening to this, I apologize for my companion's very crass behavior.
I'm normally much more cultured than that. I normally only
The
watch...
Culture Program. Which episode is that? The one where she gets her boobs out. You couldn't have made it any less cultured if you tried. Do you actually think that they're...
To be fair, it's based on a very, very serious play.
Do you think that they're actually listening to this?
Don't be ridiculous.
It might pop up in their newsfeed.
I know I'm naive, but I'm not that naive.
But just think though, what would happen though? It'd be really scary if one of their friends liked our channel.
It's not going to happen.
Pops
You're
up
just
on their
being
newsfeed.
paranoid. You're just being paranoid.
Whoa, paranoid? I'm being hopeful here. If Karen Gillan hears my voice, that's brilliant.
Really?
Of course it is. It'll be like she knows I exist.
I'm now going to stroke the pop filter with a paintbrush for no apparent reason because I think it's getting dusty.
I think that's a bit of a euphemism, everyone. Whoa. Be glad this isn't a visual podcast because it's a bit
Oh, you
graphic
do
here.
not want to see what I can do to a lemon.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Everything is wrong with me. You're right. Remember that thing you said in the last part about this being a lunatic asylum where one of us is looking after the other, but nobody's sure which it is?
I'm the one looking after you.
I think it's becoming increasingly clear that you are the one looking after me. The fort is falling down.
You know, I think
The fort of your mind.
we're gonna have to re-rate this one video to be an 18 because of all the stuff we talked about.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. Super Agite, who was defeated last time.
I'm very scared for you right now, of you, and for myself.
As long as I don't start doing the Brian Botts voice, we should be absolutely fine.
Sound like Stewie from Family Guy.
Except slightly more cultured.
Whoa, Stewie is culture. Have you not seen what he talks about? He kills hookers because he thinks that they upset the natural
He kills
balance.
hookers, and you're arguing he's cultured.
Because they upset the natural balance of the universe.
So does murder.
No, it doesn't. Well, I suppose. It depends what the murder is. Like, if it's murder in a video game, it doesn't. If it's murder on TV, it doesn't. If it's murder in real life, then yes, that does upset the natural balance.
This was your idea. Teaching strength to hoop.
And look how well it's working.
Yes, but at the same time, I keep going, ooh, I've got takedown, but maybe it'll miss. Even when takedown would probably be the better option.
That's just your lack of willpower taking effect.
That's glare, isn't it?
Possibly.
Yes, it is glare, because we didn't move after that. And guess what? You tried to power flinch us, but thankfully we got takedown off, and hoop to be counter-reaction. You know those aren't wind-up, right?
Of course I do. It actually sounds like the duck quacking though.
What is a laffle?
I think it's like a flaffy.
I don't think we've seen a laffle before.
It'll be a flaffy.
Let's switch to our new gargantuan god monster of Indian.
Oh, it's a falafel.
We were right. We switched to the right god monster.
It's bagpipes. Scream, 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 scream.
Is it weird that I think his graphic now looks a lot more cel-shaded than it was before? He looks quite comic booky.
I suppose he does. Well, imagine if we had like these kind of graphics nowadays in games. People would like.
Also, I keep seeing faces on Laffle's flower, and they all look like souls screaming in agony. Maybe that's a deliberate part of his character design, though.
Maybe your brain's quite deliberately insane.
You realise that we decided that was the truth a couple minutes ago, right?
Of course we did, but I still need to bring it up. I can't let people forget how insane you are.
That's a very good point. This is kind of like the dark phase of this arc, isn't it?
Dark? I think it's all been pretty dark so far in this episode.
Fight at all effort, but lost out.
Yeah, you did.
I think this...
I think we should call it.
Well, you've got a point there.
Right,
we are going to go heal off screen, and then we're going to take on more things.
It'll be a lot more PG-13 next time, guys.
We'll try. We will try.
We will.
Signing off.